Mic test 1, 2, 3. We are back live. Day 54, backtesting and profitable. Let's get right into it. Testing the power of 3. Today I caught a small loss on paper trading account, but here's what it is. Whoa! Good. So this is the NAS. The trade was something like this. Pushed up a bit and then dropped. Even though there wasn't something like this. I mean the trade I took on my paper trading account. Alright, I would like to first go to the weekly now. So what does the weekly show us? Looking on the weekly standpoint, you can see that this week is a bit bearish. You can see that we failed to push higher and close above this week's high, or this one, neither this one or this one, which means we might be respecting this fair value gap here. And by respecting this fair value gap means that we are more prone to drop and take out some sell side liquidity, be it this last week's low or even this one. It will depend on what the market will do. Anyways, first of all, I'll go to the 1 day. You can see that we had a really good sweep of liquidity. So what do I want to mark on the 1 day? It's just some key POIs. We have this impression fair value gap. You can see that we pushed high above it. Let me mark it. We've got this inversion in here. So we pushed above the inversion, retraced back into it, and then started pushing higher, which means there's a chance market could also continue to push higher after taking out some liquidity. Though after I'm still emphasizing that we will take out some liquidity. We are on Tuesday, I think. Tuesday? Yeah, Tuesday at 11. So going back to daily, you can see that we have this order block kind of structure, which means we will retrace into it, then expect a push to the upside, with our next liquidity level being this one. So you're in this range from this high, which is buy side liquidity, and we also have sell side resting down there. We also got sell side liquidity. Now we'll go to the 4 hour time frame. So on the 4 hour time frame, what do we see first? We can see that we took out this high and we are respecting the order block here, which is the recent up close candle. In this move, you can see we drop, push higher, drop, push higher. So we have this right here, and this series of up close candles is what I would like to classify as my order block, which is making the market to push lower. So I would like now to go to the 1 hour. What I would like to see is, since we saw a sweep and we have some kind of internal shift, when you go in the 1 hour, you can see it clearly. Swept, shifted. So the retracement will probably be already would be already there, but we aren't seeing any so far, because you can see we have this low swept it, pushed high, but here you can see that we shifted structure now. Good MSS. Now on the 15-minute, I would just like to say a retracement to any of the fair value gaps, then see if I can find an entry for the day. And with that, my target would be, at least maybe to take out this liquidity at that low, which might depend. So it will depend on how the market will react. So going back to 15 minutes, let's wait. Okay, don't create a fair value gap, but we get a market shift internal and create a fair value gap. Let's see how if we reject the gap, then that means we can enter. So we didn't respect the gap, but we're respecting this order block inside of there. And by that, the new day opens. So the new day open. This is the Asian range from 20 to midnight. Have this high and this low. First off, we take out the high. As London opens, you can see that we have nothing big so far. And let's see if we get the Judah swing maybe to the downside. So London is kind of consolidating. Can see we only took out the high of Asia. This is the 8:30 New York Open. Why is it creating this, kinds of wicks that don't really show anything? This is looking not bad. I think on the 15 minutes so far, we didn't take out the previous day high, but we're in some kind of drop, which means we might target London and Asia lows, with the last one liquidity being the previous day low. Looks like this day won't provide an entry. What I wanted to see was maybe if you would close below like this low, then create a fair value gap, retrace to it, and then go to the downside to the sell side liquidity. But so far we aren't doing anything, and we're about to reach PM session. Maybe PM session will do the thing. By the looks of it, PM session might might push to the upside because we took out this low, this one. So it's basically this one because this one was below this one. We took out this low, which means we might have a shift on this high. No shift. Again, some kind of leg sweep. So this is a no trade day. No trade day because we are like in the opening price as well. Okay, so a new day starts. We take out the Asia lows. This was the low from Asia. We dropped below it by a bit. Let's see if we get an entry for Judah swing. Oh, so we dropped massively. don't know if this was like a news event or something like that, because this is a really big candle. And New York now, I mean London starts, creates a really huge fair value gap at the open, retraces, and see that inside from this high to this low, come back into premium OTE levels before dropping, which means it's certain that we might drop here as we were anticipating on the higher time frames, and consider we're dropping with a really big wick, which means also side level might be this one. Let's go now back to 5 minute and see if we approach it. I would like to take read, on entry inside of here, suppose above the high, and our target on the price. Okay, these candle closes are looking good. It's like we had the Judas swing. So by the time New York opens at 8:30, we'll have some news, which means they'll either drop us or first stop us out. And then we have CPI. So even before CPI, you can see that we were about to hit TP, and by CPI we hit TP immediately. We hit the low that we were waiting for, but we didn't take this trade. We did not, and that's okay. First off, on 4 hour, wait, sorry, 4H, good. You can see that we now took up the sell side right here. This is looking good. We are in an order block, which means we might have now a rejection and push to the upside. As you can see that this candle is looking a bit bullish. So we'll go to the 5 minute and see. So we had our sweep, and maybe after the sweep we get this huge candle closing above this high from the news as well. Get a really huge fair value gap. No, quite no retracement. Well, we get a small retracement, then a really crazy push. And what would our next draw liquidity be? It's obviously this high, previous daily high, which means by the end of the day we will tap into that, and the next will be there, and we also take that level out. So I don't think we can get an entry on this high, but maybe on this fair value gap we could have got one. Consider it was a really clean candle to the upside, with the buy placing up there. Stop loss will be quite big, but the take profit will just be this high, giving us a 1 to 1. Anyways, we didn't take that one, but yeah, I think that was all for this day. It's 9:45. Well, let's see what the other time does. Anyways, we drop. We're still in New York. I'd like to see why price, is dropping. So we have some news we still have news at 2 p.m. And after taking out this liquidity, I would like to use the 1 hour. Right. So why would I like to use the 1 hour for this? It's because in the 1 hour you can see how good we swept out this liquidity. Here you can see how clean this sweep is, and we can see how good overshift we had inside here. And on the 45, do we have a kind of retracement? We've got one retracement into this gap, and I don't think I need this. Okay, I would like to see from this high to this low. So from this low to this high, you can see that we reached into discount, and we were about to reach into these OTE levels, which means I think here we can take our trade to the upside and then target this high right there, which means our trade would look something like this. It will be a really long day trade somehow with our target right there, giving us a 3R. So I'll take this trade, but the only risk here is the risk 1%. The reason I say that there will be some kind of risk is because uh, we had news, and the most volatile session part of the session is like it's about to end, the morning session. So maybe the afternoon session might not do some big moves, but it might provide us with some opportunities. So let's see how it goes. So it pushes high on the day. Keep in mind it's like we're swinging because it goes overnight. Do, 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 do. Mm, 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 mm. Wait a minute. So it took 2 days. Friday. Oh, I really don't like these types of trades though. Friday is dancing around, and it's actually new week open. But I think we'll take out that liquidity by New York the this Monday. Let's see how this goes. So New York does a few liquidity ticks, and uh, yeah, we end up hitting take profit after almost a week. That's why I don't know. These trades are really ick. So we've got this from here to here. Took 4 days, full days, which means yeah, this is not the kind of trade I will take, even though it hit TP. So we have the buy side taken out now. I would like to go to the 4 hour. Let's say we took out buy side right there, which means we might be about to create the all-time high as well. Okay, good. Mm, 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 mm. And I think this looks like some kind of market maker buy model, the daily. Yeah, we have the pull to the upside. This is exactly what we are having these days, even though it might change because the Iran and Israel war is currently pending. But we'll remove this. We've all used it. I would like to do a fresh analysis since it's a fresh week. So I'll start with the weekly. Consider on the weekly, we just took out the most recent buy side liquidity. This is a really clean one, which means all we have to say on the weekly is that all we can conclude on the weekly is that we have clean price action reaction on a little block. We create a break of structure. We haven't created it yet, but we're about to create it, which means we will have a really good push to the upside. Going to the daily time frame, you can see that we had reaction of order blocks, and you can see it right here. Push, OB, drop, push. So just the same thing occurring over and over and over. And so basically what I would now just target for the low time frame to do, let's say like the 15-minute, 5-minute or 30-minute, most likely between the 5 and the 15. You just want to see, some stuff like push, low, fail to break, sweep, shift, retracement, then we push. So these small moves that shows that the market is going to push higher. We might even apply some standard deviations to see like the next levels that the market would like to take out accordingly. So it's Monday PM session. Let's go to the next day open. Next day open, that's how it is. We're basically bullish, and we just want to target the next highs after highs, and on the 1 hour it's very, very, very bullish. Nothing can be more bullish than this. So I'd like to go to the 15. Let's see the sessions. So you can see how big this Asian range was. On my mind, me out of the ordinary. Okay, so London is consolidating a bit, doesn't do anything big. Takes out some lows from, okay, we did it after London session, but you can see that we take out some lows from Asia. Build up of liquidity has very many lows in here, very relatively equal lows. And on the 15-minute, it's not that obvious, but yeah, it's a kind of a build up of liquidity right there. Wow. So 8:30 open, there was some news. Retail sales, it drops heavily, which means you might look for a rebalance. Not a bad thing. So on this, from this low to this high, we've already rebalanced, which means if we don't push higher, then we'll be expecting price to continue to drop even further. From this high to this low, you can see we already rebalanced and even reached into OTE. And from this one, this low to the most up one, there's no rebalance. So it's very possible that we might not get a move. Back the 15-minute. Let me use the 5-minute here. I'd like to see how it goes on the inside. Drop, continue to drop, which means we might be about to rebalance, which makes me go into some higher time frame like the 2 hour. Now I need to see from this low, this high, equilibrium's there, right here. And so far we can see that equilibrium is here, which means this will be our target as long as we continue to drop. So let's go to the 15-minute. So far I don't think we are finding any kind of entry on the day. There's no entry provided so far. Wow. Do we rebalance on this news? Yeah, we'll drop to discount. Nice drop to discount. And look, by the looks of it, I think we've already reached even the OTE level, which means we'd be ready for the next day to start buying. From the low to the high, we've dropped into OTE, this one right here. So I'll basically now wait for the next day. See if we can get a market maker model. So next day open is right there. Go to 5-minute. I think I'll keep this visibility to 2 hour. Oh, seconds or minutes. These are weeks or months. 1 to 2 hours. Okay. All right. Now let's see what happens in the 5-minute here. Take out the high. My friend, we're about to have some kind of Judas swing. Let's see where the open is first. Keep in mind we have previous day low there, which means that the Judas swing can drop right into it. On this is our open, and what I would like to see is, simple, the drop from, I would like to see, this drop until we reach at least the previous day low. I think it's this one because we're on Wednesday. And this will be our target. Mm. Like to use the women, let's go slow on this by bits. See. So it's consolidating somehow. It's not giving any clear direction, but you can see it's dropping. Goes back to the open, so it's already 5, and the Judas swing, happens between 12 and 5. So far, I'm not seeing anything that's making me happy. Okay, we shift structure. 15-minute, not looking bad, but we have equal lows, really big pool of liquidity there. Okay, now this is nice. I'd like to use the 5-minute now, take out the lows. Come on, show us something. No fair value gap, no OB, no nothing. It's literally mocking us. This is our Q. Do we reject? Let's see how this candle closes. Oh, good. So I think my entry would be situated in this fair value gap, considering that it goes hand in hand with this breaker. This will be my entry. This will be my entry. 100 times. Stop loss below the first candle of the gap. Our next one, liquidity first. There's this high. There's this big wick there, and there's also this high and the previous daily high resting up there, giving us a 4R. So I'll take this trade, risk 1%. We will be back after this short break. Right, we're back. Let's get down with this. Okay, good. Let's play this and see how this goes. So we end up hitting stop loss very, very quickly. How's the 30-minute looking like? Okay, so one thing I've learned from these kinds of moves is, okay, a retracement is kind of smooth, not a really harsh fall to the downside as this one looks. You can see how big this one was, to the extent that we even, took out the previous day low. Yeah, so we were on the wrong side of the market this time. Very, very on the very, very long wrong side, which means from the high to the low, tap into OTE, then boom, drop. So yeah, not bad. Did what we called there. And I don't think there was an entry to to drop, but yeah, that's basically how it should be. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. Next day open. So it looks like we're dropping now because you can see how heavy these moves are looking like. Yeah, so I'd like them to go the 4 hour. So first off, the reason why I went on the 4 is to show, okay, let's continue. The reason why I first went on the 4 is to show that we're reacting on some kind of order block, which is also happening here. You can see that we have this down close candle here, but there's more chance we can even drop into this one right there. It's also possible because this is not kind of strong, but when I know there's a reason. This series of down close candles that I'd like to mark this last one. The angels up in the clouds, so high, ordinary. You got me feeling alive in the sanctuary. Good. I'll just see if we can. Either I trade the Judas swing or I trade the New York move. So let's see what happens. So we take out the high from Asia. 5 minutes now. Okay, I'm seeing something. The 5 minute took out this high, shifted the structure, and retraced here, which gives me a hint that the Judas swing might drop from here and take out the Asia low, previous day low, hit into the OB, and then New York expand to the upside. So that's my narrative, with my entry being something like this on the 5 minute, and my target will be first there, then previous day low. I think I'll take this entry, 1% risk. It's delaying, it's delaying. So I add a screenshot. So New York is tricking us. Flies high one time, then drops. Let's see what happens at the end of the day. So I think Judas swing is already over because it runs from midnight to, ooh, we're stopped out there. So the Judas swing runs from here, from midnight to 05, which means we have midnight open where right here, this candle. You can see how it dropped below the open, create the low of the day, and now it start pushing higher, which means would have looked for buys inside there, but no worries, we'll find more entries later. So did it on the 15-minute standpoint, it provided kind of like a 1 to 2, something like that. So stop loss above there, and Actually, it's a 1 to 3. You can see how this move was a really clean one, which means silver bullets also ate this one. Wait a minute. Silver bullets didn't get nothing. Silver bullets are playing, didn't get anything, but yeah, this would have been a really crazy entry. But you really don't know when to close because buckets moving around and around. Anyways, mm, let's see how New York behaves doing that. So we have the London low, but as you can see, London didn't close below Asia, which means we still have sell side dominating over there. So if we drop, my God, I'll be looking for some crazy sells. Okay, this is a no trade day. I don't think I'll trade in this in such commotion. Even though it's a little bit obvious that market will drop to the lows. I don't know why it's somehow obvious to me. I think it's a bit obvious. Okay, then we don't drop, as you can see, push crazy high, 930 open. Wow. All right. It looks like we're about to take out some liquidity, for sure. Our previous day high. Nice push to the high. Nice push to the high from here to here. Nice push. Okay, we got a loss in the morning. Don't think we'll take any other trade there. But this is nice. They took out this high and even continued and they took out these highs. So now I'd like the daily time frame. Ooh, okay, we're looking very bullish now. This day was really good push. So we tried to take this move to the downside, but we didn't get it. But we can catch it next time, no worries. Now we're pushing higher. New day has opened, which is Friday. And looks like Friday will return us back into the range or even push higher accordingly. I think I'd just like to go the 15 minutes straight forward. Something is in here. Something is in. We take out the Asia highs, get the shift, get the gap. We have liquidity here, liquidity here. It means there would be some kind of entry, looking like that. But I'm not gonna take this, even though it might hit TP, but I'm not. I don't think I'm ready to do so. Oh, come on, go straight to TP. Oh yeah, TP. Yeah, we end up hitting take profit, even though this trade really played with our emotions. You can say it was moving on the 15 minute. There was nothing big, but you can see that we drop and take out this sell side. Even though London had already ended with just this drop. The altar I will pray, oh my mind, take me out. Okay, this happens at 8. Get this really crazy move. Looks like this day is gonna be bearish, which means we're returning back into the range. Going to the daily, you can see that this day, so the week opened here, It's about to close somewhere there, which means it's a candle which is looking something like this, you know, depending on where we will close and having this kind of wick from here. Oh, sorry, will be from here to here, and another one like this low. Yeah, this is how the candle will look like on the weekly. Yeah, exactly the same thing. Very similar. And it's going back to 1 hour. Okay, like go to 15. Okay, so you can see how the candles are closing, which means New York basically will drop. Nothing bigger than that. New York is absolutely gonna drop. Wow, by 9:30 we trace into this gap, and I would like to slow this down to 5 minutes. The reason is because from this low to this high, mid discount will be there, and we haven't tapped in it fully yet. So I'd like to see it drop even more. Going on the 5 minute, you can see that here you can have your cells, your shorts tapped in there. I'm not gonna take this entry as well. I'm kind of taking now A plus for this week. Come on, just hit take profit ready. Playing games with us. Right, sorry for the disruptions, but we can see that a new day has opened. So I think the session will end it right here. Let's see the analytics so far, how they're looking like. Oh my, so it has a 44.4 win rate, 4 winners, 5 losers. So most of our trades were in New York, bigger win rate in London. Really low. And average risk to reward 2.9 in New York, 0.4 in London. Most profit factor or profit, okay. Most trades end at 3 in the afternoon, in the morning. Most profits, and then how about the losers? Okay, Let's see how good these days are looking. So Monday, Tuesday, nothing, which is proof that in the power of three, Mondays don't tend to provide uh, good entries. That's why maybe ICT used to say that don't trade on Mondays, even though he said that beginners should. But I think maybe that's the point. So you have 12% so far win in the month. And yeah, I think that's all. Alright, so until we meet again, stay blessed, stay safe, peace.